Hear how that breathe? Now, let me describe what most students trying to learn this chord melody at the beginning sounds like instead. Imagine a singer who hiccups right before every downbeat. Melody stops, the time is different, and chord steps down. Melody limps on. Every single bar, you have heard it. You have probably played it that way, grabbing every chord like a stamp collector while the song suffocates underneath. And nobody tells you because everyone is too busy selling you more voicings. My name is Junan Choi. I teach jazz guitars in Apprenticeship. The way this music was actually passed down, not from a textbook. I grew up in South Korea. No jazz scene. Everything I know I learned at Berklee College of Music from my mentor, Richie, Hart. I came to this a total outsider. That is exactly why I can teach it. I had to understand why it works, not just that it works. So you can stop collecting voicings and start playing real music. In next about 10 minutes, one rule that fixes it tonight. The melody sings first. The chords answer. I will show you exactly what that means. One phrase at a time on a tune you know. You do not need more voicings. You need the priority, the order where you need to focus on. And at the end, two doors, the video where I built a whole tune this way from nothing, and the songbook where I arranged three standards ends to ends, chord melody to solo, every choice traced. So in the beginning, there was a Fly Me to the Moon in key of C. The melody is so simple. It just scale it down and up to the next target. The target means the third of the chord. So it starts from the third of the chord, which is A minor in the beginning, and scale wise down. That is the next chord, the third of the chord, right? And then there is the third of the next chord. Again, the third. So we have that order, and yes, I teach it like play the chord of the voicing in the beginning of the measure. That sounds fine, unless you do play like this. I a little bit exaggerated, but that is almost the first beginner problem that I see. And even not the first beginner who are really serious, a student who wants to do this for the rest of their life, they do that too. Why? Because I think it is the terms, the chord melody. It is such a nice word, and everyone says the chord melody on the guitar. We have that image that wow, right? But the more I teach you guys in this chord melody and this music, the more we need to focus on is actually the melody. So yes, we are playing chord melody, but the focus should be the melody and the chord that support the melody. So yes, chord that support the melody. Okay, so and in the beginning of the version that I played, I might not be able to play exactly the same way, but that is my version of breathe more in the melody and not necessarily play the chords in every first beat on the measure. By the way, if you guys are not familiar with what I am playing right now, where the melody goes, where is the third, what I'm talking about, the targeting the third and the share voicing and everything, please go to my website. There is a free, it is all free, 2 hours in 7 different categories of lessons. Share voicing, drop 2 voicing, the scale in the diagonal shape, upper structure, jungle line, and the rest line in everything with 28 pages of PDF. It's all free. Just register to my website. I will put the link down below. So the tune that I actually wanted to teach to somebody play is something like this. Yeah, in that I had my own pattern in it. I didn't play the chords with the first beat of the measure, but I tried to play on the second beat or the end of the second beat. So I try to get off of that pattern as well, or sometimes just play on the downbeat. But what I want you to hear that is try to get out of some pattern. Yes, it is the pattern that we have that kept us going in the beginning of the learning process. But once that is too predictive, then it is there. People get away from what you are playing. Imagine that as everyone we have right now, the smartphone. So imagine that while you are playing, they reach for their phone and they are taking some messages, checking emails, or go to the SNS. That is the signal that you being predictive. So try to awake what you are playing. You have to know and trying to sing the melody the way the audience are not predicting, but still in the melody. Does that make sense? So here is the phrase that I told one of my students who wanted to learn this music and doing this music for the rest of his life. He was so into just trying to learn these chord voicing melodies. So he wanted to be perfect on like everything on the right thing. But trying to do that more and more, it just shows the listeners that he is lacking in their techniques, their hands movement. And that is exactly what it is. So, what I told him was, hey, listen to the where those phrases want to go first and fit your finger and build your technique to support that phrase. So it is not your hand's problem. Even if I am teaching you the same voicing over and over, it is up to you how you listen the melody on this tune, and you should be able to play them and support your melody. The voicing is just the same. I'm not sending you the new voicings. The voicing is just the shared voicing. The everything different, that is how you interpret the way you want to play the melody. Just voicings. And the melody. Same melody. Once you have the melody that you want to play certain way, everything, your technique and the voicing, everything should fit to that melody. That is, I think, everything you think you have under your finger, everything like the chord melody you transcribe or even your own arrangement, you think that is not the level to play in public, or you think you are not ready to do it, but change your perspective to why that is not ready yet. Because that is not your technique. It is not you don't have yet to how to play that melody of the song. You don't have that in your own interpretation yet, because the transcribing, yes, that is good, but you cannot play that the exact way that you transcribing, because that is their version. You should be a little bit free to interpret that into your own voice. So once you have that, and if you are comfort to play that way, and find your time, find your voicings to fit that interpretation, then you probably will be ready to play in public that tune. So it is not your technique. It is how you interpret that melody and how you make that song into your thing. Internalization, as the Hart Galper might say. Okay? So, if you want this built out, 3 standards: Fly Me to the Moon, Autumn Leaves, All the Things You Are, arranged so the melody always sings. The chord melody works through a full solo on top, and every choice traces back to why. That is Jun's songbook. all three. I will put the link below. And to watch me build one from nothing first, it is free. The next video on screen now. It is called I Made the Jazz Guitar Book I Wish Wes Had Given Me. Watch it next and subscribe so the rest of this finds you well. Put the comment below the one tune your chord melody keeps choking on. I read all of them. Until next time, keep swinging.